The encouragement of the integrated model has definitely enhanced this work. I think it sets us up in a better way to do it, because we would get so stuck and focused and busy in our own work and our own literacy, school improvement, special ed.
The integrated services model isn't that Tara's the team rep, so she does XYZ and she does special ed and Melissa does literacy. To me, the integrated services model is that doesn't matter what my title is, it matters that I engage with districts in the work.
And I think the beauty in the process is that we all have different backgrounds. And we can all bring those backgrounds and those experiences to the table.
When we have teams that have these diverse areas of expertise and we know each other, then we know who to go to.
Knowing that this MTSS structure is what our agency believes in and supports and backs, that makes me more confident in pulling in my colleagues and saying like, hey, we're in this together.
Integration for me is working with all teachers in my building, regardless if they are a general education teacher or a special education teacher. What I have found is being in special ed for so long, we've kind of worked in isolation and we've been in a silo. And what we've seen is our kids are not performing, and the gap between students with disabilities and students without disabilities is widening, and that's not okay. So now what we're doing is not working in silos, we're working together. This year I've been put on a literacy team. Though I'm a special ed person, I'm on a literacy team with a lot of ELA people. So that's opened my eyes into what does ELA work in the general ed population look like, and that has a direct impact on what's happening in special ed. So now we're talking together, and I think our teachers are getting a more unified message, and our schools are getting a more unified message, and that it unites our work in schools. And kids are getting better services, they're getting services that are more targeted to their needs, and I think that's all because we're having shared conversations.
So in the fall, Andrea sent me an email and said, I'm very concerned about my kindergarten kids, my kindergarten students who are coming in this year. She said they're testing really low, and we're not quite sure here what to do. She said the teachers tell me that they've tried just about everything, and so we need some support.
When we came to the table, it was like a synergistic thing that happened, because you could focus in on that literacy piece and help us figure out like, what do we do with this data? What resources do we need? What else instructionally do we need to be looking at? Kelly Gallagher from a school improvement systems approach, and then you pull in Hannah from her lens of school psychologist, AEA special ed consultant. Like, everybody at the table brought these insights that I really feel like moved us to the next phase, because when you have people from different perspectives looking at the problem, we got so much farther.
We came together as a team, we put something new into place, we had a plan, we tracked the data. There was such a huge difference between the last meeting and the first meeting, of course. The first meeting was, it's a little overwhelming, how are we gonna do this? And then the last meeting was like amazing growth. Look what we did as a team.
After summative data came in, it was really impressive what these teachers could put in place because of all hands on deck.
Our collaboration last year really kind of lit that fire, I think, where I was really excited to collaborate. And it's made my work here more purposeful, and I felt like we've had a lot of really good student outcomes, and I'm not sure if just one person alone in the building could have accomplished.
I mean, basically, yes, I am a literacy consultant. She is a team rep. She is a school improvement consultant. But we have the same objectives. We respect each other. We are also sharing data with each other and sharing our expertise with each other. And we're operating as a PLC team.
And I think within my role as a team rep, there's so many responsibilities that
we're expected to do. You know, you have to know about behavior, you have to know about mental health, you have to know about the academic side. And being able to team up with these ladies more this year, it took some stress off of me to know that I don't have to be the only one that has the answer. Knowing that they're willing to find answers or help me, or sometimes just listen.
I feel like we're remiss if we don't give a lot of the credit to Amy Knopp, because I feel like she set us up for success. In the fall, she kind of said, like, our goal is to make sure that our kids, that we're closing the gap for our special ed kids and that we're meeting the needs of our gen ed kids. Go. Like, let's dig into the data, let's ask questions, and let's try things, let's do the work and share. And I don't know that we would have built the trusting relationships and built respect for each other if we hadn't been given the time to dig into the data and ask the questions together. And then if we hadn't been given the freedom and the trust to do stuff and to try it. And I think the other difference is, I think it felt very much kind of like, well, this is a special ed thing, so that's Tara and Sherry's role. Or this is school improvement thing, so this is Corey's role.
Yes.
And I feel like Amy was really clear at the beginning of the year of, it's a region and we all serve the region. Just like in a building, I can worry only about the kids in my classroom, or I can worry about all the kids in the building and see them as my responsibility. And I think that's probably the big shift.
It's my first year out of the classroom, so my role with using the AEA and using Melissa and Corey have been huge and helpful to understanding the process. And the bonus piece for this is the fact that they've come to meet together.
It really helps us having all three people at the same table at the same time. It just brings the table to a different level because we have so much more knowledge at the table, so many more ideas, and they can build off of. Each one of them have a different area of expertise, and if we can draw on that, I think our team's really going to be solid in helping make a difference for our kids and our teachers.
We're all working together, and it's fun when we're all looking at the same data, talking about the same schools, and we all have a different level of expertise, we all have different skill sets, and that we're all going to use them in a way to support schools. I think that's really exciting.
And I think the teachers here see us as kind of one. I mean, I think they see us as an integrated system. I think they would ask you questions, ask me questions.
With this new model, I think now it is much more cohesive in that they know we talk to each other, whereas I think before it was like, that's our literacy consultant and that's our school improvement consultant.
We all get to be at the table and all get to play a part.
The staff can see that we're all going to bring a different piece to the table, but it'll be for the benefit of the kids as we work together.